the rate at which you can bounce back from negative feedback, reactions, outcomes, from whatever it is, the thing that is stressing you out, it's the rate at which you can be like, okay, that sucks. How am I gonna move on and fix it? Her bounce back rate, insane. Like insane. It's really impressive. She takes it in and she's like, shoot, that sucks. All right, here's what we're gonna do.
What are we gonna do about it?
Seanydoo. Hello, and welcome to Situaseans podcast. I'm your host, Sean Michael Williams, aka Seanydoo. You can call me Sean, Seanydoo. Does not matter to me. I'm just glad that y'all are here. I have two special guests here, Tammy Lange and Elizabeth Lange from Save the Girls. So they are a mother-daughter, business partners, dynamic duo, entrepreneur, founder, and creator of Save the Girls. Like Tammy, you have done so much, and even just talking offline with you, I'm excited to just learn all about you. So welcome you both to the show. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks so much for having us, Sean. We're really excited to be here.
We are so excited. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Absolutely. And to kind of get our listeners up to speed on kind of what we'll be covering today. So, so as I kind of just previewed here, we'll be talking about the mother-daughter, that dynamic duo, their entrepreneurial journey, running a business with family, and how those relationships, can change and grow as we work with each other, and even just how business partners rather than, those traditional parent-child relationships. So definitely excited to talk about that. But also I do have a bio here, and I definitely want you listeners to check this out. So Tammy Lange's, her adventures came from a source of need after her daughters lost their phones and her sister-in-law developed breast cancer, where she always kept her phone tucked away. So Tammy knew she needed to create a solution. So she invented a touchscreen purse that secured, convenient places for your phones and IDs and other important things of that nature. And so since that time, she's had the opportunity to partner with Lori Grenier, Howie Mandel. She's been on Good Morning America, QVC, HSN. She's in Canada, Australia, all the places. And the best part is that before she ever launched her first idea, she knew she wanted to create something that would give back to women's health. So she's pledged and has donated 10% of all profits back to breast cancer research. So that is just phenomenal. So this isn't just a mom searching for convenience. She is on a mission. So Tammy, like that just deserves one big applause to you and Elizabeth for doing the good work and doing what you do.
Thank you. It's been quite the journey. It's ups and downs all the way, but really fun and just such a blessing to us and our family. Yeah, it's been great.
Wonderful. And even kind of just starting off, can you kind of just share with our listeners, what's the closest city to you, where that you're calling us in from?
So we're in Illinois, which everybody instantly says Chicago, but we're Southern Illinois, so the other direction. And we're literally right across the river from St. Louis. On my drive-in every day to work, I see the Arch. So we're that close. So Save the Girls is really, really close to St. Louis and the Arch. It's on the west end of Belleville, Illinois. And that's where we are now. But I launched the company out of my basement in Edwardsville, Illinois, which is just 30 minutes from where we are now. And that's where, when I got the initial idea, we literally were just out of the basement. And that's how we launched Save the Girls.
And it's crazy to
Amazing.
see it where all it's grown from there. And now being in Belleville is such a special place for us too, because this is actually my grandpa's factory. So this, where we are, our office is now, this has been in our family for generations. And it's really exciting to see it all come full circle, that now we're big enough to have our own space. And it's been really fun to be back here in our roots in Belleville.
Wow. I just love how all the roots are just tying right back together, especially coming back to your the factory has been owned by the family. So that's amazing. Wow. And apologies if I missed this, but how many years has Save the Girls been going?
Yeah, just in 2017. So we're right at 8 years. And it was September 2017. I literally only got the idea for Save the Girls in July of 2017. And I launched Save the Girls full-blown website, product, everything 6 weeks later. so 2 of my daughters lost their phones in the same week, and it's not this one. I have 5 kids. Yeah,
The
Wow.
angel.
she's got the angel hat on over here, so she says, but she had lost her
So
own,
she
yeah,
says.
fair share of her phones in the past. But anyway, that happened. And I was really mad at my girls. And so my sister-in-law said, "Oh, I never lose my phone." She pulled it out of her bra and she had breast cancer right where she kept her phone. She was literally getting him a double mastectomy just 2 weeks later. I'm like, you
Yeah.
can't do that. So I went shopping for all the girls, thought it was funny. And no, I'm not kidding. 2 days later, I went canoeing and I could text to a waterproof bag. And it was just that. So my phone could work in full waterproof bag, so not cute. And I thought, why don't I just make a design and make a purse and make it where your phone can work in the backside of the purse, and then
Oh,
try that. So I did a design and I stuck it on a website called Alibaba.com. I
Alibaba.
I always say it wrong. I always say it wrong. But anyway, 17 factories bid on me the next day. And I looked at all the kids and said, "Hey, what if we take all your college money and we'll launch a company?" And so I have 5 kids. She's the oldest. She was in college, the only one in college at the
I
time.
think I just graduated.
Yeah, so it was, yes. So anyway, we took that college fund money and launched Save the Girls. So that's how Save the Girls got started out of the basement of my home.
wow. I love that. Amazing. And even just looking at the products, like right there on screen with you also, if you all are watching on YouTube or watching on the Spotify version, you can see that Elizabeth, she's holding up like one of the products, like one of the cases that it securely has your phone, and you can like use like a touch screen, purse, and it's waterproof. So if you're out there in the rain or snow, your phone will be protected.
We'll say water resistant, just to be on the
Resistant.
safe
There you
side.
go.
We got
Yes.
we got the idea from the waterproof bags, but we made ours a lot cuter, so they're probably not as waterproof, or because that's not their design. Their design is to be fashion and function for every single day use. Keeps you on the go, and you have your essentials right at hand. Makes everything so easy and convenient.
Yeah, and we now use it's a patented touchscreen material. So when I first launched, I did use the waterproof material, and it was more like push, push, and you could do it, but it was harder. Now it's like just as light as your finger can go. So it's super easy and convenient that
And you can
way.
even talk on the phone through your purse as well. People can hear you, you can hear them, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's really easy and convenient.
Oh, that is just so cool. I think I need to get me one of those because I'm always losing my phone, dropping my phone. Like, it's a mess. So,
Exactly. And actually now, so the really fun thing is after our 5th year anniversary, my mom wanted to come out with something brand spanking new. So she launched the Clip and Go. And now this past year, we just launched the Zip and Clip. So it's a little
ooh,
insert that goes in the back of your phone case, and you just slide that in. It works with any phone, any case, and then you can clip your phone right onto the strap. So it works. It's so easy and convenient. And we do have a lot of masculine looks for that one too. So a lot
Yep.
of guys
Yep.
are wearing that, especially the black zip and clip, which is our brand new item. It's been going viral on social media. We literally cannot keep them in. We just got a
wow.
load today. So I would say now is the best time to shop. But yeah, it's really great and so convenient. And that's the one that the most I'm looking around to see if I have the
I
zip and
don't
clip
think
in the room with
it
us.
just literally came in. We were talking about how we just unloaded a container today, and that was one of the items. So we've been out of stock, but it's all back in stock. But anyway, this idea came actually from Lori Grenier from Shark Tank. So she was very kind and texted me, and she said, "You should really do something like this." But it was a cell phone case that had 2 little arches on it. And the problem with that idea is then I always design, like, if I want to be able to buy it, how can I buy it for my kids? And I don't know any of their cell phone sizes or their cases. So I didn't want to have to sell cases. So I kept thinking, how can I make this one size fit all? And that's where this little phone card came from. It just goes through the charging port, one size fit all. So that way anybody can use it. And that's what we have now. It's called our Save the Girls Clip and Go. And that also has gone viral. So it's just been really fun to watch and fun to see our stores grow. We're in about 2,000 retail locations now, and we just started in Costco, which is really fun also. So things are just going well for Save the Girls.
Yes, I love that, and I know that the listeners that are tuning in, like many of them are Costco shoppers, so I'm sure a lot of them are excited to know that they can shop and pick that up like during their grocery trip run. That's
Request us,
amazing.
request us. We're doing the road shows actually in Costco. So we physically get to go to each store and sell our product, which is really cool. So if you're listening and you want to see Save the Girls in a Costco near you, go request us to your manager. It helps us out a
Yeah.
lot.
Yes, it
We
does.
want to be
Yes.
liked. We want to be known.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, absolutely. And even just like seeing like your social media presence and your website presence, like I just love the images. I love like the people like wearing the products, trying it out, like doing their things, and even watching all the influencers use it, and even just like the product reviews like in real time. I'm like, wow, yes, this is just taking off, and it's just so cool to see how far that like you all have come. And and I even want to know too, like even just like locally, are you starting to see more people in your town, carry some of like your products?
well, I love it because I travel a lot also for Save the Girls, and I'll be at the airport and I'll see people in our products. And I always go up and that's my mom's invention. And it's so fun. And I get to chat with them. So actually, just the last time I flew, I saw someone in a zip and clip. And then, like, I've seen people in clip and goes, purses, everything. And it's so much fun to be out in the wild, as I say, and see a real time people who love our products. It,
Yeah.
it seriously makes every day so much more special when you get to run into people like that.
It was last month I was on a plane, and so the lady asked me about what I do, and I was telling her about Save the Girls. She's like, "Wait, I think that's in my bag." So when
That
after we
happened
got
to
up,
me too.
she got up and she pulled it out, and she had one of my original designs in her bag, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm going to the beach, so I like to wear this at the beach." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" It was like a 6-year-old purse. I'm like,
Wow.
"Wow, that's amazing!" So yeah, it's been really fun to see it out in the wild. We call it out in the
Yeah.
wild, and and then we always try and talk to the people that we see, and some are like, "Oh, that's cool," and some are
Some are
like,
like,
"You're a stalker." And so we're like, "Okay, we gotta be careful.
can't
Yeah.
be too excited, I
Can't be
guess.
too excited."
Oh my goodness, no, that's
But it is
amazing.
crazy to see because, like, we literally I remember when mom launched and it was out of the basement of our house and it was just her and a friend who was really just helping because she was bored kind of.
Mhm.
And it's just amazing to see how we've grown now 20 full-time employees and it's like over 1 million happy customers now.
Oh, yeah.
Over 1 million sold. I think just over 1 million sold purses and clipping like so 2 million sold. So it has been just amazing and just a true testament to will and grit. Like
Yes.
honestly, that's what's kept us through COVID, through the ups and downs. Yeah, just grit on her part. It's amazing.
Absolutely, for sure, for sure. And I kind of want to know too, like now that we're kind of like talking about, like even just traveling in cities and stuff like that, like, and even incorporating your products. So, what are some of your favorite things to do in your city, even as you have your products on you walking around?
Well, for me, first and foremost, we're from St. Louis area, so go Cards, Cardinal Nation, go Blues. So anytime I'm going to a Blues game, a Cardinals game, a concert, anything like that, I'm always wearing Save the Girls because they're stadium approved. It makes it so easy to go in and out. And it's just so much fun. This city is very much like a game day city. And now we have St. Louis City, which is our soccer team. So it just makes it tons of fun to go to events or go out at night or anything like that. And I just have that peace of mind knowing that my phone is safe and secure too as I'm going about our city. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
lots to do in St. Louis, so it's been a great
Yeah.
time. We have the Arch, of course, which is fun. Whenever somebody comes in town, we go there. It's a great, if you're going to go out and about, it's the best. And your purses are for every day, but fantastic when you're going like on a trip or something like the one Elizabeth was showing. It comes both with a crossbody and a wristlet. So for those who just want a quick wristlet, they can do that. So I really, in all my designs, I really think about how you're going to use it and make sure there's lots of functionality there so people can use the product the way they want.
You can really tell that our products are designed by women for women because it has all of the different features that's like, man, I wish my purse did that. Ours do. It's kind of fun.
It's true. Most of my
Yes.
purses, I always put a hidden cash pocket because when the kids were growing up, I literally always hid cash. I mean, I have 5 kids. There's a lot of people want lunch money and things like that. And they weren't stealing money. I'm not trying to say that, but they needed a lot. And I always wanted to have a little bit of cash because it's not like quite like today where debit cards and you don't really use cash, but you used to you need a lot of cash. So I always have a little secret pocket here or there in my purses. I always try to like add that into my designs.
Yes, and like even like just looking at the product and even just seeing like how it all functions, and even just talking about, sporting events or even just going out and about and even like seeing like the little wristlet design, like it's so convenient that you you have it on you, you can't lose it. It's right there on you. So the design is it's so for humans. I guess if that makes sense. I
Yes.
just love it.
So true. And the other thing, like you mentioned, your phone is safe. For me, I'm an avid traveler. I love Europe, but Europe is not safe really, especially like Paris, London, Rome, huge with the pickpocketing. So now, especially like our clip and go designs are actually recommended by travel tour guides and
Blogs.
also by what are they called? The people that plan your trip for you. Anyway, travel agents. So it's
Yeah.
recommended now for safety, especially like the chains, which are anti-slash and things like that. So important as you're thinking about safety. You want to be able to be like just enjoying your time and enjoying that without having that thought in the back of your mind. So I really love that it gives you that peace of mind knowing that it's safe, it's secure. So our I literally never travel without a Save the Girls something. It needs to either be a touchscreen purse or a clip and go, but it has to come with me every single time.
Yeah, even in your hand, because people will take your phone, well, now it's attached. So they can't just grab it
Right.
by your hand
Yeah.
or knock your hand to make you, so all of that, because everything's in your phone now, all your
Yeah.
contacts, your credit
Even our money.
cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yep. So that's been a really fun thing to see how many people write us like on their customer service reviews and things like that about all the places our purses have gone. I think our
Disney especially.
yeah, a lot of
A
Disney
lot of
purses.
Disney.
A lot of Europe.
A lot of Asia.
So
Yeah.
anyway, it's
Wow.
been good.
A lot of
I bel
Bahamas.
Yeah, a lot of
Yes.
Bahamas, Florida.
A lot of cruises. The
Oh
purpose
yeah.
of
My gosh, the
cruises.
cruises is insane.
So
Yeah.
I actually used to be a cruise director. The amount of phones I saw go overboard, it's
'Cause
crazy.
people are taking their picture and then they drop.
Boop,
So
Right.
yeah.
crazy. And like you said, it's great for men and women. Like it's great for everybody because it's just great for humans.
Yes.
Like, because we all go through the same thing. We all have phones these days. It's our life, right? It has
Yeah.
my calendar, it has my credit cards, it literally has everything in there, my contacts. So I need to keep it safe. And just stupid stuff like the place I drop my phone the most is just putting it in and out of my pocket. So now
Yeah.
to have a place that it lives in a pocket is life changing. Honestly, it has been for me anyway.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
been it's been great. And it's been good getting to work together with a mother-daughter. That's been like insanely fun. That was not planned, by the way, because she went on when I launched Save the Girls, she was were you were already going to be a cruise
Yeah.
director. And I of course had no money to pay somebody to stay home. But after COVID, she got her cruise had to like stop. And she didn't come work right away for Save the Girls. But finally, she was going to go back to being a cruise director. I'm like, I could really use your help. Could you please stay? And it's been just such an amazing experience then to watch your daughter grow so much. She has become the face of the company. I was at first. I'm like, she is so much better. Nope, you do it. So she's doing like HSN now. She's doing a bunch of television commercials for Save the Girls and all that kind of stuff. And it's so awesome that to see her grow. She handles our marketing events and things like that. So anyway, it's been incredible.
And on the flip side of that, it's so awesome to see your mom, who's an expert in her field, still growing and learning every single day. She's constantly, but man, the way she challenges us, it's impressive. The way that her mind works when we're dealing with a problem or something like that, that has been the most interesting for me. Is like, how can I tap into that? How can I rewire my brain to have this amazing problem solving capabilities? But yeah, it's just so fun to be able to learn from her. And as you touched on earlier, to have that different relationship than a typical parent-daughter relationship, um, it's been pretty life-changing, I would say. I see you as a totally different kind of person than I did 3 years ago before we started working together.
Yeah.
So it's kinda cool.
Hopefully
That's
that's good.
It
amazing.
is.
Yeah, right.
You know, I feel like I know you now in a much fuller
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. I'm not just the mom anymore and
Yeah.
all these other things. But also going back to that, I want to just mention I'm dyslexic. And so my brain does work a little bit. I've
It's
always
true.
had to just refigure out how to do things. And so actually I do really enjoy problem solving and learning new things. Like always, like I recently this past year, I'm like, guys, you got to do more AI. What can we do for AI? So like our team
She has been
every
on it.
Thursday, which Elizabeth's really great on, everybody has to learn something new and they bring it back to the team. And we have an hour every Thursday where everybody has to say what they learned that was new that could help save the girls. And that's been really great because then I'm able to see our team members also grow and learn new things. Like nobody's stagnant at Save the Girls because I know you can't just stay here. You need to get there because everything's changing, you know. So let's keep learning. Everybody keep learning together. And actually that's been really fun to see what everybody's learning and thinking and that kind of stuff. So
And we
it's
just
been
found out we're top rated for a phone strap on with AI, which
yeah.
is
All
crazy.
right.
Rated for Google, but we
Yeah, we did
we have a lot of other things to improve on for Google, but we are in top like just with our SEO and optimizing. Not that anything bad about the product, but we figured it out for ChatGPT.
well, so I'm like, hey guys, this is the way you get rated on chat. Let's do it. So we've been doing these things that get you really great on chat. So someone today just audited us and they're like, you're doing really good on chat. And I'm like, and then as it turns out, I guess I didn't do the SEO well enough. I mean, we did when we
The
first
Google
launched. I don't know what all that stuff, you know, with the Google words and all
Yeah,
that. And so anyway, so now we have to improve that because we figured out, but I did good on chat.
you
So
did. You were thinking
Yeah.
ahead
I
there.
I was thinking ahead.
Yeah.
Yep. No.
That's amazing. And even just like, hearing like how you two talk about like working with each other and even just the collaboration, like, so, like that old saying, like don't mix, like a family, like with business, but it sounds like you all figured it out. You all figured out
Yeah.
the secret code. So yeah.
And it's true, like, it really doesn't work for everybody. I have a lot of friends who have tried to go into business with their family members, and it just doesn't work. It's oil and water, and that's so sad to me. Like, I can't even imagine, it would be heartbreaking to not work with you at this point because it's so much fun, and today, for example, uh two of my friends, they were shadowing me, I guess. And after they had sat on a call that the four of us had been on, my two friends and my mom and myself. And afterwards, my mom and I, we were going back and forth, and we kind of sound mean to each other.
Oh,
Like,
nothing but
no, but I can just, as I was talking to you, I was like, I need to not sound so mean right now. Like, I was in my brain, like, I need to not be mean, but I couldn't stop it because, like, this is how we talk to each other. But the reason why I say that is because I love being able to work with my mom because I can be my real raw and we can just say it ugly and then fix it later because we know that it's in love. Like, even if I'm saying it ugly now, it's not how I'm intending. I'm just like, I'm passionate about this. And then as I was thinking about them sitting there next to me, I was like, man, I should really tone it down a little bit right now because they don't know our relationship. But I appreciate it so much in business because I feel like we can truly throw anything at the wall and it's going to be hit with like respect and open door. I might shut you down initially, but I usually cover it up
yeah.
too.
I have a whole video about it because one of my designs, she's like, no, no, that I don't think you'll like that. I'm like, no,
I
I'm
was like,
gonna
that's
do
too
it.
much.
And
It's
I
too
will
gaudy.
admit, my entire team told me not to do the design, like entire team. I'm like, no, it's on my target market. I know this is gonna work. It was a double link chain. It's a really big chain. It's great. And anyway, I brought it in and we sold it out like literally immediately. And so we finally got it back in.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got it back in. And I was at an event and Elizabeth was wearing it. You know, we all just pick what
I
we're gonna
went to
wear.
an airport and I wore it at the airport.
Oh,
And
yeah.
literally not even 5 minutes after getting to my gate, a random stranger, a lady, came up to me and she's like, I love your chain. Where did you get that? I need that. And I was like, gosh dang it, my mom was right. It happens often.
It happens. I've had a couple bad ones, but everything we seem to sell through. It's all
Yeah,
good.
we'll find a way.
We'll find a way. Yeah.
No, but
Yes.
most of them are really amazing because she's designing for herself. And that's what's really fun when you get to design. Now we try to branch
Oh,
out
yeah.
from just designs for
Yeah.
you. We also try to design for me
Yes.
and we design for you and we design for other people. And so that's the most fun I'd say
Yeah.
about being able to be our own designers.
They've all come overseas. All my kids have come overseas with me on design trips. All have helped design purses. Um, one of my actually top selling purses, my girls all designed. It was called the Timeless. And that's one Lori Grenier liked and ended up using too. So, I mean, we've all like, I want to do all ages. And so there might be something that doesn't appeal as much to me, but it does to them. And so I'm like, well, we're Save the Girls and we're for everybody. So let's go ahead and throw that out there, and that's been really great. And two of my other daughters are super active. They live one in Boise, Idaho, and one in Phoenix, Arizona. They're always outside, and they're very into recyclable material and sustainability and all that. So I like created a whole line of ropes with sustainable materials and all of that, and those have gone just extremely well. It's a more active market or whatever. So I mean, I just watch what the girls are doing or who's doing what, and it's like, well, let's design something for that, kind of person and activity. And actually, that's gone
And
really
it's
well for
actually gone
us.
so well that we're actually launching an entire like athleisure line, which we're really excited about. So January 2026, we're coming for you.
Yeah, it's all
All
good.
right. Love that. Love that. And we're recording in a time machine. So by the time this come out, that's gonna be right at January. So yes, this is
Perfect.
amazing.
You should be on the lookout. It's coming soon. We have a whole athleisure line. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. So it's a different product too. And then all the straps also come with wristlets. So you can wear it as a wristlet or crossbody. And then it has a great place for your phone. And the pouch is fabulous. Like you can squeeze a passport in it.
It's time.
But it's tight, but you can. My girlfriend went all through Europe with it. But anyway, but it's a nice size little pouch with it too. And it's RFID and all that great stuff. So anyway, that whole line is coming out. You'll be seeing it in stores and then, of course, online.
Wonderful, wonderful. Like there's just so many new launches, and like no so many like new things that are just like in the books for you all. So this is just so excited. It's like exciting, like just to hear, and I know it's exciting for you all both. And I must know, I do have a question for you, Elizabeth. So in business meetings, do you say, "Hey, mom," or you like, "Hey, Tammy," or "Hey, you"?
I'm so glad you asked, because I flip flop. I'm really trying to get into the habit of saying Tammy, especially among like people that we're meeting for the first time or people outside of our organization. Within our organization, who knows what I'm gonna say? Some days I say Tammy, some days I say mom, and actually even within the same meeting, I'll be going back and forth. So it just depends. That is tricky, honestly. That is pretty hard. But as far as when we're doing meetings outside of our organization, I try to say Tammy just because I don't know. But anytime we're both on a Zoom call, you can see both of our names and we clearly have the same last name. So
Right.
um yeah, it's kind of a weird place. It is. So that's a good question. Yeah.
I
What do you prefer? Do you
uh,
care?
it's almost like you don't hear it. You know what I mean? She's calling me. It's whatever. It's mom or it's Tammy. Either way, she's calling my name, so it's good. So doesn't
I've
matter.
had a lot of practice also because when we were little, if we couldn't mom,
Oh,
Tammy,
yes.
and then
Right. I was like, "What did you just say?"
yeah, yeah.
And they wouldn't even
Yep.
hear them. They would call me Tammy. I'd be like,
So I've had a lot of practice. It's not so strange to call her. Now the difficult thing is though, if I've gone through the day and I've like started calling her Tammy, then when I try to text her, I search Tammy in my phone and nobody pops up, and I'm like, "Where is she?" Oh, mom, that's why.
good point. You
Yeah,
need to put Tammy in there.
it is really
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
And Teams, I'll try to type in team
Oh,
mom for Teams, but it's only Tammy, and I'm like, yeah,
that's true.
Oh, I
a little
love that. I
face I
love
don't think
that.
about.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
And another question too that I have like about the products, kind of like tying back to like even how you're investing so much in the breast cancer research as well, like some of the profits. I kind of want to know like how does it feel to not only be selling out so many products, helping so many women, like even just in the fashion sense and like accessory sense, but also donating and giving back to breast cancer research. That must feel really good what you both are doing with your company.
It really is. I always thought if you had a company, what good can you do by it? I mean,
Mm,
besides, we do help obviously our employees, they have great jobs. And then we have all of our customers hopefully aren't losing and cracking their phones. So that's like a benefit. They're especially going nuts because like if you're over like 45, they take all your pockets away and your clothes.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
now you
I
always
mean,
have
I'm
your
30 and
phone.
they're taking away my pockets. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Or the pockets are super small and the phones are big, so you can't wear them. So I just feel really blessed by that because I hear a lot of stories about how having our products has very helped somebody. But the breast cancer part is really near and dear, and we have given a 10% of all profit, no matter what. We had some losses during COVID. I still gave even those years, so it's actually over 10% that we've given. It's $122,000 so far to breast cancer research, and
Good.
this year we're going
Wow.
to give a
And by the
minimum.
time this comes out,
Yeah,
it's
it'll
going to be
be
150.
Woo.
$60,000 should be by the time this comes out has been donated. So yeah, we do really look at that. When I look at my numbers, I always put aside that profit for breast cancer research, and we do donate through the American Cancer Society and to their research division. So I'm really excited about that. I really hope that one day we can all find a cure for this.
Yeah.
We've all lost so many people, not just breast cancer, but any cancer, and I just feel like once they've solved one of them, then hopefully they can
Can be domino.
domino. And there's so much more now, of course, that they're doing for people that getting a breast cancer diagnosis is not necessarily a death sentence, but I've lost good friends to the disease. And so I'm very thankful and excited for all of our customers who buy our products because it really does help us then be able to donate.
But I'm
So,
not even just thankful to all of our customers who buy our product, but also to all the customers who like and
yeah,
comment and
yes.
share and interact with our content on social media. It helps so much as a small business
Mhm.
when people just like, comment, and share. It's life changing,
Yes.
truly. And it's amazing to see what one person, like, if we just have enough of one people out there who are doing those three little moves, those three little buttons, how what a big difference it can make. And
Does.
just to brag on my mom for a second, real quick, though we donate monetarily, she does so much more than just that with the American Cancer Society. It's been phenomenal. She has gotten them partnerships with Good Morning America, like using our other resources that we have so that way they can grow and partner with other people and be able to further their mission as well. So she has, even though technically, in the grand scheme of things, like for us as a small business, $150,000 is huge. Like we're giving as much as we possibly can. But in the grand scheme of things, there's a lot of businesses that are giving a lot more than us to to the American Cancer Society. And even though that happens, I have heard the people from the American Cancer Society on the phone calls with my mom thanking her and saying that this is so much more valuable. The things that she has been able to provide other than monetary value has been so much more valuable to them than a check. And so that has been really cool too, to see that our partnership is not just a check, but it's so much more than that. And it happens throughout the year rather than just
Mm.
one check at the end of the year. So that's something that's been really
Yeah.
cool, especially like participating with different fundraisers. We give to a lot products to a lot of their what's it called, silent auctions or auctions, and
Through the American Cancer Society because they have their
yeah.
own division of fundraising and things like that. So we participate in that. But really the main thing that been able to do is help them with some corporate people that like we work with QVC. So I, tried to branch together where QVC and American Cancer Society can work together. Still working on that. But there's some other like opportunities on television that really helps them because if they can get free airtime, it's worth a lot to them also. So anyway, so they've been very excited about that. And in fact, we happen to be at one of the Costco's in Tampa where our rep is, and they sent out a whole team from American Cancer Society come meet us and talk to us and talk about how important the partnership is. And so, I mean, that was really a special that they care, and that we're able to help with more than just financially. So it's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good,
you all are
good little
doing like yeah, definitely doing like the good work out there. That's just amazing. Wow. And it's inspiring as well. And like I want to know like how do either of you ever have any time to sleep? I mean, it just sounds
we
like you want to
don't.
just exactly want to
I can
sleep,
tell you
right?
right now, I don't know the last time I slept. Just kidding. No, it's a lot. We definitely do a lot. She literally can operate off of 4 to 6 hours, which is not me. I would like 7 to 9. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, but she's kind of
I'm always
amazing
like
and she's
this.
always on. And then I'll literally wake up in the morning and just have a million text messages with the word vomit that she had been thinking of that night. I'm like, "Okay, got it. I'll read this in an hour when I can function." But yeah, so it's kind of amazing. I truly don't know how she does it. I'm still wondering. And also like I'm half of her. So like I should have a little bit more.
Yeah,
Because
no, you do.
drive.
No, no.
I have enough, but I definitely have
She
my dad in me too.
Yeah, no, she's Elizabeth also is a workhorse. And I think if you're talking about a partnership together, I would say the hardest thing if you work with family is if you have two different ideas of what work looks like.
That's so
Because
true.
there's a lot of people, which is very respectable. They know boundaries, or whatever.
We
Nope.
just don't know
No, we
boundaries.
don't. I'm working 9 to 5. My dad always said I work 9 to 5, but it's like kind of the other way, like
I
you're
work 5 to 9.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly. 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's more my dad was like that. And that's the way, of course, I am too. And Elizabeth also is like that. She does on these big events we do. I'm an very big extrovert. So, it gives me more energy. But after these huge events, and Elizabeth does a lot of live selling, which is exhausting. So she's like, I'm going to my room and I'm shutting the door and reading a book. I'm like, goodbye, go enjoy, because she needs to
I'll skip
recharge.
dinner.
Yeah, she'll skip dinner just to, have a little bit of alone time, but she is a workhorse too. So it's that would be challenging if one person was the
Yeah.
workhorse and the other one was a true maybe 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day, which is what that these we had a couple over today that are both entrepreneurs or want to be entrepreneurs. And so I was just kind of explaining that to them, like, really think about it because you have to, if you really want to launch something new or do something like that, it really does take up a lot of time. So you have to love what you do because if you don't love it, then it'll just be work. And so we really love what we do. And when we don't, we say, who can we hire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like this part of the job anymore. Let's outsource that.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
find somebody else who will love that part of it.
Yes.
And that's really the beauty of where we are at this stage in
Yes.
our business, where we can hire people,
Yes. We
and
couldn't
we
3
couldn't
years ago.
before,
Mm-mm.
and we have really done. And I'm just so excited with the team that we have now, and we have just hired such a phenomenal team that are expert, like they're becoming experts. They weren't when we first hired them, but they're becoming experts in their specific place, and they're excited about those not boring, but the things that we didn't find exciting, they find exciting. And it's really great to see that we have the right people in the right seats now.
Yeah, it's been amazing because last Christmas we really didn't have
No,
everybody in the right seats, and so it was very chaotic. And this year we've
it's
grown
still
so much,
chaotic,
so
but
we're selling a lot of purses. We'll just say that, but it's all controlled, and there's other people doing things, so it's not like we have to do everything anymore. So also in a relationship, to just know what are you good at, and what you're not good at. Make sure you find somebody to handle that, so you're not working in your weakness, you're working in your strength. And that's what, like, just yesterday, Elizabeth and I had a conversation because I'm like, okay, going to a new year, I always strategize in December for what the whole next year is going to look like. What are we going to go after? What's new and different? It's like, okay, what don't you like? What do you like? And let's find person to help with that because I want to make sure she's happy. I want to make sure all the staff's happy and that they're really working in their gifts. And so that's been a blessing, to try to make sure. I have a philosophy of life, and that is that you should create a win-win for everybody. If it's a win-lose, then you just got, even if it's a win for you, you got to say no, go do your own thing. Go. Oh, how can I help you? What's a different job? Oh, you want to be a nurse? Let me help you be a nurse. Or whatever it is. Like you got to create the win-win for everybody. If it's a win-win, then everybody just enjoys life, and that's the way to be.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's great to even just hear how even like with all of your employees of your company, like, yeah, like you treat them all like family and you care about them and you make sure that they're all, like, doing good. And like, yeah, if there's ever like, something that needs to be like they need help on or support on, yeah, something like the both of you are there to like tag in and help and like, with whatever's needed. So that's just really good and just like, inspiring to hear. Tammy, like, are you adopting any more kids? Because like,
Sean, join the family. Come on.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have an open door policy at our house too. Like our door, it's literally amazing how many people are just coming in and out of our home. And it's really, I do live at home because I'm on the road so often. We didn't find a reason to.
70% of her time is on the
Yeah.
road, so it
Yeah.
didn't make sense to.
One of these days, I'm gonna be in one place for a
Yeah.
little longer.
Yeah.
It's not this year. But anyway, it's amazing. We've had families from China, from the Philippines. We've had families from all around this country who've just come and stayed for a couple days to a couple months, and it's really fun. I really
Yeah.
love that we're just like kind of an open house policy.
You
Open door
never
policy.
quite know who's gonna be at our
You
house, so
never know.
we just constantly have people, but
Yeah.
it's just the way we live life. Everybody's invited. We have a big house and, God has blessed us with that, so we're happy to share
Open
it
the
with
doors.
different people, and, we have a lot of international students that stay with us, like, over Christmas, they don't have a place or, whatever. If somebody has a need, we're always, pretty good about making sure that anybody's they're welcome at our place. So, anyway, that's been fun. People have been looking for a house or in between
Oh
houses, and
yeah.
they
Stayed with us for like 6 months.
yeah, family of
Yeah.
Family of
5.
5.
Wow.
So, yeah, you just don't know who will be with us. But anyway, that's been fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And and even just talking about like going back to how being like an entrepreneur, it definitely has like its ups and downs and highs and lows. I kind of want to know like what was kind of like some of like the biggest hurdles like that you kind of faced, and like and just for other entrepreneurs out there that are listening, like how did you get over yours, and what advice do you have for others to kind of help get through their obstacles?
Do you want to say yours first?
No, I know. I'm thinking of yours.
I've had a
I
lot
already
of
know which one you're gonna talk
well,
about.
the
The
truck. Since
the
we
trailer.
just unloaded a 40-foot container today, so I'm going to tell you about my first 40-foot container. We had a bunch of things happen. So I launched Save the Girls. We went viral really quick with our product. It was really amazing.
Not viral on like
not
social media,
no,
but
not viral.
with wholesale. So something smart. Sorry to cut you off, Mom.
Go ahead.
But she's so smart. Like I was telling you earlier about coming up with different ideas that you wouldn't normally think about. So we started going to these wholesale trade shows. They're the for anybody listening who's not in the retail space. You know those little boutiques that you go to and they have the cutest little clothes and they have such fun little souvenirs and gifties and things like that. Well, where do you think that they buy all of that stuff that they then show you? They go to these massive trade marts, trade shows. They're in Atlanta, Dallas, and Vegas. Those are the biggest 3, but then they're also everywhere else. And they shop for their whole store for like the next 6 months. So typically they go twice a year in January and in June or July, and they get everything that they're going to use for the next 6 months. So we started going to those trade shows, and we were we were having some good traffic. We were very much guerrilla marketers. Like we sent my little brother, he was like 13 at the
It
time.
was 13.
We sent him on the elevators with our purses, like, oh, is that a touchscreen purse? How does that work? And like getting people to be interested in it, come over because they had never heard of a touchscreen purse before. We were the first to invent them. And so we were doing all this sorts of crazy guerrilla marketing. But then, super smart idea, she thought, well, it was just lives on Facebook had just kind of started and weren't going crazy yet, and nobody was really doing them. And so anytime anybody wrote an order at our booth, we said, let's go live with you on Facebook. And so we would get their Facebook out for their store, and we would talk about, this is Save the Girls. It's our invention, giving back to breast cancer research. Everything is made for your phone. And we would just do just 5 minutes just talking about that. And it was insane. insane. Like the amount of the reactions that we got, the excitement that we built from that. And then it was so fun because we would have customers who would read the comments that night and everybody was saying, I'll buy one, I'll buy one, I want one, I want one. And they would come back the next day and double or triple their order. And so from there, it just kind of blew up really quick. And that's just that creative marketing, that create like nobody else was doing that.
Nobody's
We were the very first, and some people thought we were crazy. And then they saw it and they're like, oh, this is great. So yeah. So anyway, from there, now she can tell the story.
So there was a line for people for us to these lives with. I mean, we had a little line going all the time. And then as I'm being excited telling about the product, other people would hear. So then more stores would want to come in. So we sold over $1 million worth of products our first year. I mean, just
Woo!
by doing
Woo!
kind of crazy.
Crazy.
So it was really awesome. But anyway, so now my first load, I'm going to tell back a story. We kept running out of purses because we were selling them so fast.
And normally, how were you getting them in first?
I
For
was
people that
air
aren't
flying 'em.
familiar with international
Yeah.
logistics.
So I was air flying them in. And at the time, the cost, let's say, was $2 a purse to air fly them in. And so they're like, you need to quit air flying them because it's like 20 cents a purse to have them come on a container. So by boat, and it takes longer, of course. So it takes about 6 weeks to get it by boat, and by air it takes 14 days. So I saved up enough money because basically nobody gives you money. Also, by the way, when you're a new company, nobody will loan you money, and we were growing so fast, so I just kept buying purses, right? Well, anyway, I finally got a container, a full container. It was $140,000 for the container.
That's like a house in our area.
Yeah, it is.
Not in LA, but
Yeah.
and it's a house in our area.
In
Even
our-
today.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
buy a house for $100,000 in our area. But anyway, so I got this. We sent it out. Well, then there was a huge typhoon. And I got the news about the typhoon. I'm like, oh, my boat launched a while ago. I'm fine. I get a note with a video of my container had fallen off the boat and it was in the
Oh,
water.
no.
They literally showed me a video of it floating in the water. I have it on my phone today. I always have that video,
$140,000.
and I didn't have insurance on it. And it would have sunk us. Like, so I was so scared. I literally didn't share it with anybody. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell my husband. I didn't tell anybody. I was so nervous that like it was like I had a stroke. I couldn't talk right, you know.
She started
So-
talking backwards.
Like it's true. Like instead of saying how's your day, how is it, you know, or whatever, just weird things. But anyway, the boat came and we cut off the locks. I was standing there. They cut off the locks and they opened up, and I just dropped to my knees and started bawling. And they're like, "What is wrong?" I'm like, "I thought it would be wet." And they're like, "Why would it be wet?" And then I showed everybody the video. I'm like, "It was in the water." I guess those things are airtight. The cardboard wasn't wet. There wasn't anything wet. I mean, I'm thinking it's going to be completely destroyed, you know. And we sold those purses as fast as I could. I'm like, get them out of here. You know, just we need them to be dry and make sure they're work. But there was nothing wrong with them. We didn't get any complaints. But anyway, that to date, besides COVID, everybody shutting down, that was very, very stressful. But you know, between those two things, it was about equal. You know,
Equal
Yeah.
stress
equal stress level.
Yeah.
And what would you recommend? Like, how would you advise another entrepreneur who's going through another difficult situation similar to that?
You know, Lori Grenier just said something. I saw it this morning, and she's like, a bird, you know, flies and it'll land on a branch, even though that branch could be weak and it might break. It knows that its wings can get it to the next branch,
Mm.
which I
Ooh.
thought was really wise of her to say that because, she said, trust in yourself because, you know, you have it in you to land someplace that you might have fallen, but you can get to another branch, you know, or whatever. And so I do really think having confidence that you can do it, or when something goes bad, that you're going to figure out a way to make it work. Just like, you know, these purses,
Creative problem solving.
you know, what are they wet? Are they solvable? Can I dry them out? Can I put dryers on it? You know, what are my options instead of just falling apart? Right. It's like, but also the other thing is you can't assume that everything's terrible. You have to wait until you know it is. Because I think sometimes people worry more about
Mhm.
something's going to be terrible than what terrible even is,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
So, anyway, those are things. All you
Mhm.
can do is work as hard as you can. And if things don't work out, that means there's something else for you to that's supposed to work out. Don't get crushed because of one no or one failure. Just get up and do the next thing. So, yeah.
The other thing that I would just add to that, and this is something that I have observed in my mom, and I've now heard it in talks and things like that, but it's your bounce back rate. The
Yes.
rate at which you can bounce back from negative feedback, reactions, outcomes, from whatever it is, the thing that is stressing you out, it's the rate at which you can be like, okay, that sucks. How am I gonna move on and fix it? Her bounce back rate, insane. Like insane, insane. It's really impressive. She takes it in and she's like, shoot, that sucks. All right. Here's what we're gonna
What are we
do.
going to do about it?
Yeah.
Yes.
The ability to not wallow, I think, is so key and so important, especially when you're leading a business. Honestly, though, in any situation, it just the rate at which you can bounce back from a situation and take it in and have that emotion, but then be ready to overcome and know that you're able to overcome
Mm,
it with just some
that
creative
was
problem
good.
solving rather than letting it kind of consume you. And I've seen that unfortunately in some of my friends where it almost consumes them. And I'm really grateful to have this role model because I feel like I have a pretty good bounce back rate compared to what I've experienced in my generation.
Yeah, it's just so amazing just hearing like the resilience that you have, Tammy, that you've passed on to Elizabeth and that she carries with her now. And I know that even that same resilience and even just motivation, I know for a fact translates to all of like, your employees and even like, family, friends, and so on. So that's powerful. That's very powerful.
It
Yeah.
definitely is. It's definitely translated to my siblings as well. Rebecca, my sister in Phoenix, Arizona, she's like, I just have this uncanny, like, ability that just like thought that I can do anything. And I'm just like, she truly has the audacity. She has it. She's like,
Yes.
I can do anything. And I'm like, she literally can
And
because
Rebecca's amazing. She really
yeah,
can do
she really
anything.
can.
Yeah.
But it's just because
Yeah.
she has that grit and she has that resilience. That's really all it is. It's just the resilience and the ability to like, oh shoot, it didn't work out this time. I'm gonna do it again anyway. Rather than letting it stop you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
For
think that's
sure.
good.
For sure. And then to everyone listening, like, yeah, if you're an entrepreneur out there or you're trying to do something or accomplish something take a lesson from these two. Like they're telling you, like, stay in it. Like don't give up so easily. And if it's like working out, it's okay to change perspective. It's okay to feel and kind of process and figure out what's going to be next. So yeah, like I definitely hoping that you all are taking that into consideration.
Yeah.
And
The
even
other
just
thing I would just sorry,
Oh, yeah, go
sorry. Do
for
you
it. Go
want
get go for it. Yeah.
The other thing too to note with that is yes, it's so important to be resilient, but also you have to recognize when it's time to pivot. And
That
that's
too.
something that mom has done really well is knowing when to pivot. And I'll give you an example. We have been building our business for well, let me take it back a step. When she first launched Save the Girls, she thought immediately she would be this online sensation, blah blah blah. She wasn't. It wasn't great. Mostly just because we didn't know what
We
the
would
heck
be
we were
broke.
doing. If we had only done that, we would have no, never made it. But then we had a friend who told us about these wholesale markets, which we had never heard about in Atlanta, Vegas, and Dallas. And so she very quickly pivoted and she's like, okay, I'm going to now be a wholesale company and I'm going to sell to boutiques and stores and souvenirs. So she very quickly pivoted their whole main strategy. And then in the last 3 years, we've decided, okay, we do need to try to figure out how the retail world works. And so we have now pivoted back and kind of we haven't stopped wholesale. In fact, it's grown. But it's kind of staying more at that same level. And we really noticed that if we only kept focusing on this, where we really don't have a space to grow. So it's like, okay, now we need to pivot and find a new direction, and that's something that she's done really well. And also, like, when problems arise, that creative problem solving that pivot into the right direction. So if you are an entrepreneur and you are stuck right now, yes, be resilient and feel those emotions. Be resilient. Be ready to have some creative problem solving. Get other people involved too. Like it really helps to hear from an outside perspective. Sometimes you're just too in it that you can't think of these creative opportunities or out of it. And then be ready to pivot. So many times when I'm talking to my friends that are now young entrepreneurs, they get so dedicated to their niche, and I'm like, man, you could do this and this and this, and they're like, whoa, I never would have even thought about it like that. I'm like, you just need to get out of your bubble a little bit.
Yeah, and also I think talking to other people that have already done it, if there's any way they can interview people, because like as we mentioned today, we had two young entrepreneurs come and follow us around, and there's just so much that we've learned in 8 years.
Yeah.
I literally never had done online. I had never done a fashion brand. I was in food before this, and in marketing though, but new product development for food, which is a lot different than sandwiches, but yet also the same. The way you go to market, the way you do research, all of that. I had to learn how to design purses. My first designs aren't as good as my ones now. I think I'm getting really good at it.
You
It's
are.
really fun. But you just learn and you grow. And I think that they need to realize that you need that process to do that too.
Yeah.
It does take
Yeah.
time, but it really, if you can get in an entrepreneur group, there's one called EO. It's a national chapter. I was in it. I had to go out because we've grown so much that there just wasn't time to commit to those meetings and things. But it did help me learn and grow, and then get contacts into how you should do other things better. And so that's been really great. I do think, stretching out and making sure you get advice from the right person, because I got to tell you, all the people, like, there's people who sit with me and constantly tell me, like, you should do this or you should do this. And I'm like, I'm always very nice because I don't want to, but like some of the ideas, and they're like, I'm going to go do this. And they're telling me their idea. I'll just say it's not fully thought out, just to say that. But there is a book Lori Greiner wrote, and it's like invest it, bank it, make it. It's the only book she's written, but it kind of outlines like how to start a company or go from an idea on. And it's a fantastic book. So now instead of meeting with people, I'm like, read the book, and after that, if you have questions, you can ask. Yeah, because it's like I'm telling you, there's a lot of things that wouldn't work also. So they want to make sure that
Yeah.
they have what can work.
Yeah. And now there's so many people that give us advice and things like that. And I'm like, thank you so much for your input.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Not
but
gonna
it's
take that.
it just does something.
You have to be sure to take advice from the right people.
Right. Yeah.
For sure.
Everybody's gonna have something to say about it.
Yeah, and stay in
Oh
your
yeah.
niche, like don't jump way outside your niche, 'cause a lot of people wanted us to do that, and they
Yeah.
they wanted us to do pajamas, I think. And
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm Save the Girls, and we're doing touchscreen purses. I don't see how pajamas." There is an opening for anybody out there for pajamas. I mean, I think that's an opening in the market, but it just wasn't our niche, and I wanted to stick in that. So you have to have that kind of guidance of what's gonna work for your customers, what are they looking for, and how can because we donate to breast cancer research. I'm really committed to that. And then, products that involve your phone, that like great so that your phone can be safe and secure. So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's been interesting.
I just had somebody, 2 days ago tell me that we should get into apparel. I was like, thanks for that.
Yeah.
I'll think about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Put that in the back of my mind. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
There are great people that can do apparel. I mean, they have a gift for it.
Yeah.
It's like, but that's definitely not my gift, and I'm too old to go and learn a new gifting. I know my gifts.
No,
I'm
you're
gonna
not.
stay in it. Well, I mean, I know what I'm good at. And
Yeah.
I don't think I'd
You
be
are
great
good.
at designing clothes.
I
So,
never would have thought you'd be great at
That's
designing
true.
purses either, though. I'll just say that. So I truly believe you could do anything you really wanted to, but you'd have to really want
I have to really want to
Yeah, she
design
doesn't really
clothes.
want to design clothes.
Yeah, not really.
Oh, that's amazing. And also, Tammy, I heard offline when I was connecting with Elizabeth that so you're in your 34th year of your marriage with your husband. So I just want to say congratulations, like that.
Thank
Love
you.
that. Can you kind of share with our listeners, like like who are in relationships or getting started in one? Can you kind of share like your advice for like what helped make your relationship so successful, and even just pointers on how to navigate life with a partner?
Yeah, it's, believe me, it is a long 34-year road, but you have to be committed. So I think that first off is, I mean, we met when we were 14 years old. So, um,
Yeah.
we
Their
started
dating story is crazy for the record because they never dated. They were met when they were 14. They never dated. They became pen pals. And then, like 10 years later,
just about
almost
we
9 years
got married
later,
10 years
he
later, yeah.
proposed.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Wow. Would you be willing to kinda, like, share with us how that all yeah, like, share with us
Well,
whatever you feel comfortable with
we
sharing.
travel a lot together. So he we ended up going to the same college just for 1 year. And believe it or not, we didn't date that year. So that was
They were both
interesting.
dating different people.
Well, he was
Oh,
dating
he was
somebody else
dating.
and then I started dating somebody else, one of those things. So we went then to a different school, but right at the end, I think we looked at each other like, "What are we doing? We should have, gotten," because we always got along so well. We were best friends. And like she said, pen pals, because he ended up studying in Germany and I'd write letters, and his friends were all like, "You need to marry that girl," because I sent a care package over with Halloween candy, and things like that to Germany. Anyway, we just were great pen pals that way, but we did actually travel every Thanksgiving from like 18. We would meet someplace and do something crazy. Like, I went to Mexico with him one time. Like, he was as part of a study abroad program. We always stayed in different places and all that kind of stuff. But we
And you
just
usually
were
always
best
went with a
friends.
group too.
Yeah, it was
Like
always
you went to
group.
Vermont with a bunch of people one
Yeah.
Thanksgiving and skied and yeah.
Yeah, we always did
Wow.
something like, activity. Anyway, and so we became like best friends and got married and have these awesome kids. My husband actually is a pastor of a Lutheran church, and so that's been great. It's been a little bit of a with being an entrepreneur and then, a pastor, like those two things don't sometimes completely go together, but we've learned to navigate that and that's worked out really well. And in fact, he was able to go to China and be there and actually do more mission type work there because of the purse company. So that was really special. And yeah, we just make it work. But it is something you have to focus on and you do have to think about each other and things like that. And I do work a lot of hours now where even 8 years ago, I've always been a worker bee, but a lot of work, like 40, 50 hours a week work, but then I volunteered a lot. Now I don't have any time to volunteer. I really pretty much my hours are taken by work.
Mhm.
But we still like go out to dinner together, go do something. He came and helped tonight, ship packages and unload the truck. So all of that. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's been good.
Yeah, amazing.
I think one thing that I've learned from just the thing that I love now, being an adult and being so close to them, because originally in my early adult days, I was traveling a ton, so I was never here, never around. And now my siblings also they're all spread out and live in different places, so they don't see your relationship as much as an adult. And I'm really valuing that as well, and learning to and watching um how you can stay committed even through disagreements. And no, it doesn't happen all the time, but it's really powerful to be able to watch that from such a close proximity as an adult who is dating, who is interested in marriage, who wants to be married one day. And it's been a really awesome learning opportunity to see how you're able to still love one another and care for one another deeply even through disagreements, because I mean, disagreements happen all the time. You're two different people who want two
Yeah,
different things at the end of the day. And that's been really powerful to get to watch up close.
for sure, and
And just
I'm
this like reassurance that neither one is going anywhere, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
exact
you're still there.
Yeah.
And I think also, the commitment to the relationship, like,
Yeah.
he can go be in overseas for 3 months, I can go do here, I'm never neither one of us have to worry that somebody's, off looking for somebody else or any of that crazy stuff, that's, like, nowhere even in my mind, like, that doesn't even enter
Yeah.
anywhere into the equation, so that's, really cool too because we just have total trust in one another
And with that
and
total
that.
trust, then there's no stress
Yeah.
because you're not worried about the other partner doing something ridiculous because you just have that complete trust,
Yeah.
which is really cool to
We
see.
always have each other's back, like, what's in the best interest, like, he's not gonna go run and do something that is gonna hurt me, and I'm not gonna certainly go and do that would hurt him too, so we
Yeah.
Like him going overseas, he's always wanted to go do mission work. I'm like, just go do it. It's like in the same area as one of my factories. This is fantastic. And so it opened up a place that no one else is allowed to go. And he was able to go. He didn't get arrested, but he was a little worried about that coming home. Actually, I flew over to help him come home because, we do nobody wants to get anybody in trouble that's making purses, but they might Christianity is not really allowed. And so he was in a little bit of trouble in regards to that. So anyway, I flew over and helped him get home and he was worried he wouldn't make it across the border. And I'm like, well, we'll figure this out. It's okay. Because
Yeah.
They're more than happy to send you home.
yeah, I figured they'd let us go home. They might not let him come back, and they might not let me come back, but I'm hoping that I can always go back. So we'll see how that all goes. But yeah, that was a little hairy, but we have each other's back, and it's okay, and that's it.
Oh, before we get to the listener submission, I do have one last question for you both. So, kind of just looking ahead, you kind of gave us a little bit of a sneak peek preview about what to expect in January and so on. So, kind of just like like let us know what to expect, like what's coming up for Save the Girls into this new year, and then any promo codes or discounts that you can share with our listeners.
Yeah, we have a lot coming up this new year. She has been crazy busy, and it's frustrating to me because I have to find a place for all the things that she's making.
Yes.
But it's very exciting. We have like 10 new products at least coming out, and they're going to be kind of
More than that, but
Wow! All
don't even
right.
tell me. But it's going to be kind of a slow roll, so definitely be following along. We always post on our social media and everything like that. We're going to be doing kind of a new launch each month, and it's going to be crazy. So this is going to be a ton of fun, and we do have a special code just for you and for your listeners, which is going to be Sean20, and that's going to get you 20% off the entire site. So be sure to be using Sean20 to get your extra little discount there. And that's going to be rolling on. So you can use that again and again. Don't have to worry about it. But yeah, that's going to get you 20% off the entire site. And please be following along on our journey for social media. You're not going to want to miss the new inventions and creations that she has coming out because they're fire. I'm really excited. Some really fun colors, designs, and truly
Mhm.
something for everybody.
Yeah, that with this new active line, I think is really going to take off. So I'm super excited about it. It's not out there in the market at all, and I think it's going to be a game changer because it's more unisex than what I've done
Yeah.
in the past. So it's the most unisex line I have. Both men and women can wear this, enjoy it. Wear it at their concerts, the games, where they want to go to. So I think it's going to be a really great item for everybody.
I agree with that statement, except for I think the zip and clip is the most
Well,
unisex that
that's
you've
true.
created.
That's pretty big.
Actually, when took it to one of the trade shows for the first time, the very first customer was a man, and he loved it. He wore it the entire week.
Yeah,
All
that's true.
right.
And
Yeah.
that
Woo.
item's gone viral. It's been
Yep.
really cool.
You all heard it here first. So Sean20 to get 20% off a site wide. So yeah, go and get it. And then we'll definitely make sure to link out to the website and to your social media. So if you're watching or listening, you can find a link in the description of this episode.
That's awesome. If you could help us out by liking and sharing when you hear see Save the Girls, I'm telling you, that is a game changer for us because as you know, we donate off profit. Well, it's cost so much money to find new customers. So when you like something or just when you comment, Facebook or Instagram, TikTok, they just will start to show more people for free. So you help us not have to pay money to find new people just because you comment. So it's amazing how much help you can give a small business by commenting and sharing and writing things on people's posts. So
Yeah.
it's a big blessing if you could do that for any company, any restaurant.
Yeah.
The reviews are really important at this point, and
Yes.
then you can bless somebody else. And so you don't have to give money; you just can bless them with that, which is really amazing.
Yeah.
Yep, makes a big difference.
Absolutely. Yes, yes. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, can you do me a really quick favor? Can you please rate and review this podcast? Like hit that 5-star review and I do read all the reviews because this helps me know how this podcast is helping others and how this podcast is serving you because it's my job as a host is to serve you this podcast the way that you would prefer it to be. All right, so we got a couple of listener submissions here. So if you all want to have me and a guest unpack anything that you have, a story, a question, whatever it may be, go to situationspodcast.com/submit. It's an anonymous form. Nobody will know who submitted what. And so, yes, I got 3 submissions here, screenshots from Hinge that my listeners have submitted. So are you both ready to jump in and tackle this with me and figure it all out?
This sounds so fun. I'm so excited.
Yes, let's do it. Okay. So this first one says the way to win me over is be emotionally safe. An open phone policy is a non-negotiable to me and
What does that
signifies,
mean?
right. I guess like they're saying that they want somebody who has their phone always unlocked, I'm guessing, so they can go through it at any time that they
Uh,
want. But they also want the person to be, emotionally like safe as far as like, hey, like, do you care about me as a person and all that? So if you care about me, make sure your phone's always unlocked so I can go through it. And so it's a lot to unpack.
well, that's a lot to unpack. For
Yeah, yeah.
me personally, well, our password, we have the same password on our phones to make it very easy for all whenever we're at trade shows and stuff. So for me, I have an open password just because it's easier for me to have something simple. But I don't require that from somebody else because I feel like that's a lack of trust rather than a sign of trust when
Yeah.
you're, I mean, yeah, that one's tough for me. I can see it going both ways. I think it depends on your personal past and history and what your experiences have been. But for me, that would be a red flag, I'd say, because if you're bringing in almost like this fear already and this baggage already into the relationship, it sounds like they have something that's unresolved and that they still need to be working through.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Tammy, what are your thoughts?
She's like,
I
I haven't
can't
dated in
imagine.
ages.
I don't think you can count me. 34 years marriage. Yeah, I would that would be a real red flag to me if someone said, I need to see your messages because I don't trust you. That's like if someone get I wouldn't do that to somebody else because if I didn't trust them, I wouldn't be dating them in
Yeah.
the first place, and I guess both of us, and unfortunately for Elizabeth, we're very trusting people up front until you're not trusted. And then once you cross that line, though, then you can't be trusted. So, and it doesn't mean we hate this person or things like that. It's just that, this person's going to talk bad about you, gossip, whatever it is. So then you hold those cards a little closer because you've learned that about them. But yeah, I would. This would definitely be. If I was dating and someone told me I had to do that, I'd be like, okay, I'm not dating you anymore
And
because you're not going to trust me. So
And
yeah,
it's obviously not because I have something to hide, but it's just you're already coming into the relationship distrusting me. There I feel I had a relationship like that, and so um typically I would assume that something's probably happened in your relationship past that it still is unresolved and you need to work on that a little bit more.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
come back. Call me later. Call me when you're ready to trust. Because,
exactly.
like she said, we are just the most trusting people in the whole wide world. And like I said, open door policy. Like literally, people come in and out of our house all the time. Um, yeah, I just,
yeah, that's
yeah.
weird.
If you're starting a relationship already demanding and showing me that you don't trust me, then I don't think I want to be in a relationship with you at all.
Yeah. Fully agree there. Yeah, yeah, I agree. This person is definitely projecting something from their past onto somebody else,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's making it hard to even like want to get to know that person because it's like, wow, is this person always going to have anxiety about anything that I do? So if I go out with friends, where were you? Are you sure you were there? Turn your location on. Send me a picture, or actually FaceTime me just to make sure that you're with your friends.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I agree. I
Ugh,
agree.
that gives me the ick. Real
Yeah, it
bad.
does. Right there, you go. The ick. Yes, yes.
Yes. Like, I'm not doing anything. Just trust that I'm not.
Right.
Yeah.
So this next one says, You'd never know it, but I once made my therapist cry during our session, and they have the little starry eye emoji, like the little. Oh my goodness! So what are you
And they're
all
proud of
doing?
it.
Right, exactly. I'm like, what? Is this hinged or unhinged? What do you all think?
That's unhinged
Yeah.
for sure. For sure, for sure. Are we bragging now about who has the most trauma? That's crazy. Uh,
Yeah.
that's wild.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
unhinged.
Definitely, definitely unhinged. And even as someone like who's in therapy, I don't think I could ever do anything or try something to make my therapist cry. So whatever that person did to make their therapist cry, goodness,
True.
when there's a
True. Yeah.
all
It
right. So
almost makes me wanna just, like, swipe right just so I can know the story. Just to know, like,
yeah,
how did you do that? Because I
exactly.
know these
Please
therapists,
explain.
they've been hearing it all. So if you have the magic sauce to make them cry, do I wanna know? I don't know. Part of me is curious and part of me is like, I don't think I need to know that, you know?
Exactly. I would agree with that, Elizabeth. It's like I kind of want to know for the plot. Like, what
Curious.
happened?
I don't wanna date you, I'm so sorry, but I do kinda wanna know what happens. I I'm just curious.
Right. Tammy, would you agree this is unhinged?
Definitely unhinged. Yes. Can't add more to that.
No,
Right.
and I hope
So,
they're okay.
oh,
Yeah, and I hope they're okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. All the love. Yeah, sending all the love.
Yeah.
So this last one says, "My greatest strength, love bombing, but actually meaning it. Is this hinged or unhinged?"
Mm-mm, unhinged. I think that all love bombers think that they mean it,
Yeah.
but, like, so I was just so I'm currently on Hinge also, so it's super funny.
She
But
can tell you stories, so she has lots of
I
stories
don't
already.
have okay,
Oh, you
calm
do.
down. Calm down. No, sorry. Don't throw me under the bus here, mom. Come on. We've made it this far.
That's true. I mean, it's just one funny story.
But no, I was
yeah.
actually just having the conversation with the guy that I'm talking to right now about this because I feel like for some reason, I don't know what it is about me, but the guys that I have met on Hinge end up saying that, like, having these bold declarations of love very early, and for me, it's a major turnoff, and so
Yeah.
I was explaining it to him, like, why that's a major turnoff, and the reason for it for me is because when somebody tells me they love me in a emotional relationship like this, then I expect that it's because they have now met all of me, they now know all of me, and they now love all of me. They love me when I'm at my best, and they love me when I'm at my worst. They love me when I'm stressed. They love me when I'm mad. They love me when I'm pissed. They love me when I'm happy and when I'm joyful and when I am being my best self. But the first couple of weeks of a relationship, I'm on my best behavior. Like, of course you're
Yeah.
gonna love me right now. I'm fantastic. Give me a couple months. Like, see me mad first. You cannot tell me you love me until you've seen me stressed and you've seen me mad. And if you do, like, we'll last 1 week more tops. Like,
Exactly.
and that, and that's because when you tell me you love me, I expect that you know all of me at that point. And if I know that you haven't done the homework and I know that you don't fully know me because I haven't shown myself to you, like, you can't know me in a week. I'm a complex person. Every person is. Um. So anyway, that goes into love bombing. And when I feel that kind of love bombing happening, like, okay, you love an idea of me that you have created in your mind based off of the best experiences that you've had with me thus far. So you don't actually love me. Yeah.
Exactly. I definitely agree.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, like that love bombing, no, like whether they mean it or not or whatever. Yeah, it's too soon. It's like you haven't had a chance to get to know that person. I know, like the whole term love bombing is definitely like a millennial Gen Z thing. But I definitely like Tammy. Like, I'm sure back in your day, like even like when you were dating in college and everything in high school, I'm sure there were guys probably like, "I love you." Like after like like I don't know, a month or two, it's like, "Come on, you don't even know me." Like come on, like let's take some time
Yeah.
here.
Exactly. No,
Play your
I
role.
it was a very long time before my husband and I said we loved each other. I mean, shoot, we had known each other, I guess, 6 years. So I mean, it was a long relationship. I mean, most friends at first, but then we were also more than friends, and it took a long time. But yeah, I think Elizabeth's right. And you're right. You just really want to know that person before you're, I love you and you're the love of my life and all of that. It's just, slow down a little bit, slow down to go fast, and make sure it's truly right and that really is the right person for you. And I think that it's so many people want to rush it, and they want to, this is the right person. And it does take time. Like all things take time. Like I know way more after being in working Save the Girls for 8 years than I did 8 years ago, and I probably 6 months in, I thought I knew what I was doing, same with the relationship, it's like the longer you're together, the more you know who each other are, what gets our buttons. And, can you really work together? Because marriage, in my opinion, is a long-term commitment. And, you want to know that really is the right person that has your back always and that you have their back always and that you can, stand the test of time. And marriage is hard. So you want to pick the right one. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So take your time picking. Don't rush
Take your
into
time.
it.
Yeah, there's no rushing.
Don't go for the first love bomber.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I would agree. I couldn't have said it better. You all definitely hit the nail on the head with that one.
Well, it's very timely.
Yes.
It's very
I
timely.
was just talking about this.
All right. Thank you all to listeners for submitting those. Those were really, really fun to unpack. I know Elizabeth, Tammy, and I had fun going through those. Yeah. Tammy, Elizabeth, thank you so much for coming on to the show. Really appreciate you all. And before I let you go, can you share like the website and like the Instagram or any other forums that you want our listeners to check out or get in or get in touch?
Definitely, definitely. So you can always find us online at savethegirls.com. That's going to be the easiest, most direct way, and that's where you're going to use the Sean20 code for that you're 20% off. But of course, you can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram. You can also shop on Instagram, and you can also shop on TikTok. Our handle for both Instagram and TikTok, it's the same at SaveTheGirls_STG. And then for Facebook, it's Save the Girls Touchscreen Purses. We're also on whatever Twitter is now called. I don't really know, but
Yeah,
we're
X or
there.
whatever it'll be. It'll
X
be
or
Y
whatever.
tomorrow.
I didn't even know that.
I think we are.
Okay.
I better not say that.
I don't know
And I'm
that.
pretty sure it's the same handle at SaveTheGirls_STG. Clearly we're not the people that handle that anymore. But if you comment, we would love for you guys to comment. You heard us on Situaseans, and we'd love to hear all about it. Our team, we don't. So sorry, we're not the ones who now respond back to you guys, but if they'll send us a screenshot, and we love to hear them. They make us so happy. So
yeah, the screenshots are the best. And we do try to answer back if we know there's a screenshot or something. So let us know if you heard us on this show today. We would love to know that.
yeah, we would love to hear that. It's so fun for us.
Mhm.
Let's see. Oh, and we're also on YouTube. So you can also search us Save the Girls. I think we're just called Save the Girls on YouTube.
Yeah, just say Save the Girls Touchscreen Purses,
Should be
and then
fine.
you'll definitely
Yeah, you'll
definitely find us there. And make sure if you see Save the Girls that it truly is Save the Girls. We do have some knockoffs
Be
out
careful
there.
out there.
Be
Oh.
careful. They steal our images, they steal our purses, and then we have to go get them, and they send really terrible products out. So there's thieves everywhere. So just make sure it's savethegirls.com and it says Save the Girls on the product. And if it does, it's us, and we've delivered it to your home.
Yeah.
So
You can also search us on Amazon as well. We're on Amazon too. But yeah, be very careful out there because there are copycats, and we have gotten so many complaints from customers thinking that they purchased from us. And we're like, I'm so sorry. You got a
No.
copycat.
And they're like, but it's your picture and
I'm
it's your
like,
voice. I'm
I
like, yeah,
know.
they steal all that
Steal
too.
all
And
of our
Facebook
content.
doesn't take it down. And we have to get a lawyer to take it down. And so we have a lawsuit against them. But all that takes so many years and time and
money.
yeah. And unfortunately, people get scammed in the meantime. So anyway, as long as it says Save the Girls, it's us. So on the products, because we do tag every product, it'll say Save the Girls on it, just like here, Save the Girls. So we always make sure our logo's on everything. So then it's us. Yeah.
Perfect. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, whether you are on a boat, a plane, a train, hey, maybe you could be online right now shopping for the like the Save the Girls product, like one of their touchscreen phone cases. You could like you could take Situations podcast with you wherever you go. We're everywhere. Definitely make sure to like, comment, review, subscribe, and yes, let's Save the Girls know that Situations podcast sent you. Like, comment, like, subscribe, all that. We definitely appreciate it. And with that, I will see you all back here for the next episode in a couple of weeks. Woo!
Thank you.